The 89th Texas legislature is in full swing. Thousands of bills have been filed, with more on the way. Accordingly, the debate details on bills can get overlooked, even on critical legislation. That's why we've asked legislators to come to TPPF to discuss their bills to ensure you are on top of the most important issues making their way through the Texas Capitol. This is the layout. I'm Jose Melendez, Campaign Director of TPPF's Taxpayer Protection Project. Today we're discussing House Bill 610 with House Member Terri Leo-Wilson from District 23. Terri, welcome to the layout.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Excellent. So House Bill 610 seeks to cap severance pay on school district superintendents in Texas. Tell us what sparked the need for this legislation.
Well, it's happened all over Texas, but it actually happened in one of my school districts a couple of years ago. We hired a superintendent that was already mired in controversy. I don't know if you remember the Loudoun County public school system. It was that superintendent that we took. He was involved in some critical race theory stuff in his previous district, as well as trying to hide some sexual abuse allegations. So one of my local districts in my House District 23 hired him, and then within a year's time, more controversy in our district, and so they had to let him go. And it was a long negotiation to try to sever the contract. That should not have occurred. What my bill would do is it would cap the ability to have local school boards on their severance pay. So it would cap a superintendent's severance pay when you are in a situation where you need to let somebody go and they are holding you hostage, basically, and trying to negotiate the best deal for themselves, which is not the best deal for taxpayers. And it's money that is also lost to that district, that can't go to students and it can't go into the classroom.
So can you walk us through the bill a little bit, maybe go into some of the details on this bill to educate our public?
It's very simple. It would cap your severance pay at the most 6 months of your pay plus benefits. So that's the most that a local school district can do. It has cost the taxpayers over $1 million probably. I mean, each single year of across the state of Texas of trying to negotiate and let go a superintendent who has done something wrong, who has just held them hostage over what kind of salary he can get as he's exiting. And so this would make it easier for school boards as well. They just would have a cap and that's all they could do. And if they go over the cap, they have the freedom to do that. But then that must be reported to the Texas Education Agency, and they will take it out of your education, your foundation school program. So they will deduct that pay that you went over the negotiated or the capped salary.
So let's say House Bill 610 passes. How will Texans feel this? What will be the impact on their lives?
Well, I think it limits it, and so it keeps more money in the district, more money going towards students, more money going towards the classroom. And it also would be a very speedy process. It wouldn't be a process of negotiation. It would be a school board saying, I'm sorry, but the law caps your severance pay at this amount, so that's what you're going to get. So I think it would speed up the time and the process as well on delaying getting rid of a superintendent who has done your district harm in some way.
So some people would say that these generous severance packages would help retain talent. It would encourage public service. How would you respond to those folks?
Well, not really. Not if you make it a statewide. I mean, then everybody's on the same playing field. So it wouldn't be, one district offering, $1 million, one offering $500,000. It would be a cap, and they would all have that same playing field. They would all have a capped severance pay. So, when you're doing severance pay, you're letting somebody go that has done something wrong. And it's usually mutually agreeable. The superintendent probably doesn't want to be there anymore because the board's unhappy with them or the school district's unhappy. And so, but they can hold a district hostage on that negotiation for a very long time and then also cost tax dollars.
And lastly, what kind of feedback have you heard from maybe folks back in the district or across the state?
Good, good. There are a couple bills out there that are also wanting to cap superintendents' pay. This is not it. This is, when you have to let somebody go for not doing their job correctly. And so it's really two different things. And I've gotten a lot of positive feedback. Sometimes capping a superintendent's pay is like, well, okay, how do you do that? Because there's clearly teachers that are worth more than some teachers and superintendents that have more responsibility than other superintendents. And so that one has a little bit more, okay, how do we limit an elected body from doing what they want to do to get a particular superintendent in that they feel is best to run their school district. So there's not that controversy that surrounds this bill. This is a situation where both the district's unhappy with the superintendent and most likely the other way around, but they are hanging on to get more money out of the school district.
That's right. Well, thank you so much for joining us,
welcome.
Representative Leo-Wilson.
All right. Thank you.